Hello YouTube, my name is Lindsay and I'm going to be talking to you today about some dangerous chemicals in food and drinks that you should probably avoid or at least know about. The first thing I'm going to talk about is BHT. It is a lab-made chemical preservative. It's also used in jet fuel, cosmetics, embalming fluid, and rubber. Some known side effects of it are stomach pain, confusion, nausea, and vomiting. It has been linked to cancer, allergies, neurotoxicity, endocrine disruption, and damage to the outer layer of cells. It's known in California to cause cancer, and it's common in cereal, gum, potato chips, and vegetable oil. If you want to know if this is in your food, all you have to do is look at the ingredients and it will be listed. I would suggest that if you do see it in anything, you don't buy it. Sounds to me like something that we shouldn't be eating, and you can find much more information about this online. Potassium bromate. This is an additive used in breads and rolls to increase the volume and produce a fine crumb structure. Although most bromate breaks down into bromide, which is harmless, the bromate that does remain has been known to cause cancer in animals. Bromate has been banned throughout the world except for the United States and Japan, and in California a cancer warning would be required if it were used, so it's rarely used in that state. Why we still use it in the United States and Japan, I don't know, but you would think that if it's banned in other countries, why wouldn't it be banned here? Why are we still using it? So now I'm going to talk about aspartame. It's an artificial sweetener. I'm sure you've all heard of it. According to the patent, which is available for the public to read online, genetically modified E. coli are cultivated in tanks. They're fed so that they can defecate the proteins which they use to make the aspartame. Doesn't sound like something very appealing now, does it? It's an alternative to sugar. In my opinion, I would say that it's definitely not a good alternative. This sweetener has been found to cause brain tumors in rats as far back as the 1970s. However, a more recent study in 2005 found that even small doses increases the incidence of lymphomas and leukemia in rats along with brain tumors. People who are sensitive to aspartame may also suffer from headaches, dizziness, and hallucinations after consuming it. Sounds really dangerous to me. If you want to know if this is in anything that you consume, just look at the ingredients. It's commonly in diet sodas, and if you see something that says it's sugar-free, you really want to check and make sure there's no aspartame in it, because even though it's a sweetener like sugar, they can still say it's sugar-free since it's not actually sugar. Sodium nitrate, next thing I'm going to talk about. It actually naturally occurs in Chile and Peru. They may have a genetically modified version now that they use, who knows. It's useful in several reactions carried out on industrial scales for the production of fertilizers, pyrotechnics, smoke bombs, pottery enamels, food preservatives, especially meats, and solid rocket propellant. It has been mined extensively for these purposes. Sodium nitrate is used as a preservative, coloring, and flavoring agent in bacon, ham, hot dogs, lunch meats, corned beef, and smoked fish, and pretty much all processed meats. These additives can lead to the formation of cancer-causing chemicals called nitrosamines. Some studies have found a link between consuming cured meats and nitrate and cancer in humans. Studies have shown a link between increased levels of nitrates and increased deaths from certain diseases, including Alzheimer's, diabetes, Parkinson's disease, possibly through the effect of the damage that it causes DNA. So next we have fluoride. Sodium fluoride or aluminum fluoride. It's in processed and packaged foods. It's added to water for healthy teeth, so they say. I've actually heard of plenty of studies showing that fluoride is really not good on teeth like it's said to be. It comes from aluminum companies' waste and is added to the water. Uh, there is a type of fluoride that occurs naturally, but the type that's in our water and food is not naturally occurring. It is industrial waste. It's also the main ingredient in rat poison. Would you go to the store and buy rat poison and consume it? Yeah, I didn't think so. Studies show lessened IQ in kids who drink fluoridated water versus children who don't. It's actually lethal in 5 to 10 grams. The average that we drink in one day is about 2.43 grams, just an estimate, and that's about half the lethal dose. It does build up in the body over time, so I don't think we really know the extent of the damage of it. Fluoride that has been given to animals at high doses destroys the male reproductive system. Fluoride damages sperm and increases the rate of fertility in a number of species. A U.S. epidemiological study showed that increased rates of infertility among couples living in areas with 3 parts per million or more fluoride in the water. Studies have also showed reduced levels of circulating testosterone in males living in high fluoride areas. Also, fluoride has shown to interfere with functions of the brain. It's listed among about 100 chemicals for which there is substantial evidence of developmental neurotoxicity. Experiments on animals reveal that fluoride does in fact cause damages to the brain, kidneys, and liver. There have been over 100 animal experiments done showing that fluoride damages the brain and impacts learning and behavior. One animal experiment found effects at very low doses of fluoride. In the study, rats were fed for 1 year with 1 part per million fluoride in their water, which is the same average used in tap water, using either sodium fluoride or aluminum fluoride. These rats had changes to their kidneys and brains, like I mentioned earlier, and an increased uptake of aluminum in the brain, which we all know leads to Alzheimer's disease. So as you can see, we are obviously not being protected against all these harmful chemicals in our food and water, and we really need to take action to avoid these. If you see anything that you don't know what it is in the ingredients, and always read the ingredients, by the way, then I would suggest not buying it or doing your own research on it, and then coming up with your idea of what you think about it. All this information you can research online. You can find all this for yourself. You don't take my word for it. Look it up yourself. I'm sure that you'll find the same stuff and you'll be convinced. There's been numerous studies done on all of these, and why they're still here after their findings, I don't know. I think it's all about the money and greedy people. I don't think that they are very concerned besides with how much money they can make. So that's all I have for today. I will be making more videos like this, so stay tuned, subscribe, and stay healthy.